Good day, teachers. So today I'm going to just share with you a few procedures or a certain procedure in Google Classroom, which we can use to further deepen or further support our documentation as to the grades of our students, especially for those whose parents or whose students are very much curious or asking a lot of questions about their grades. So what's going to happen is we're just going to use a feature in Google Classroom. I know that many of you or some of you already know this since we've been using it for a while, but this is exporting the raw scores of our students in the from the Google Classroom. So if we go here, I just chose like a random Google Classroom that I have. So this is creative writing. So yeah, the first thing we do is we look at the classworks. So these classworks are, of course, we can see how many children have submitted, how many are still assigned or who have not submitted. So for example, for my fourth quarter exam, we have the 43 that have already taken the exam and the 6 that have not. So we're going to view the assignment. And then if you see over here, there is a cog or a wheel here. We're going to click that and we're going to see three options. So what these do are very different. If we see download these grades to Us Csv, we're going to download it into an Excel file, but we're only going to download this specific activity. So I'm only going to download the grades for the quarterly exam. And next, we have download all grades to download all grades as CSV. This is just sort of an offline version of all of the grades within the Google Classroom. Now, you can only access this, or you can all of the grades will only appear if you have returned the activity to the students. So if you have graded them and returned them properly, you'll get all of the grades that you've returned. So for example, all of these grades, the grades of the students, since I've already returned them, they will appear in the CSV or in the Google Sheets. So I'm going to choose the first option, which is copy all grades to Google Sheets. And it's already loading. So it's generating a Google Sheet file or a Google Sheet wherein all of the grades of the students that I have returned or were able to return are now being generated into a single file. The advantage of this is both for recording purposes. So if you have trouble with individual activities, what I used to do before I knew this method was I would go to each individual activity like this. I would go to like lesson 8 activity. So I would go there, I would look at all of the grades, and then I would encode them individually. So when I found this method, you can see here that all of the return grades and all of the activities within the semester and within the quarter are recorded here. The advantage of this, both for you as the teacher, is that upon checking, you already have a good idea of who will be those who will be for intervention, who will be on hold, and of course, unfortunately, who will be failing your class. And of course, this is also a good way to document, because these are the raw scores. So if we show this to the parents, they already have an idea of why their child has the grade that they have. Because as you can see here, let's say this child to plano, as you can see, out of the 16 plus activities and the 8 quizzes, he only has 1 quiz and he only has a few activities. Now, another good thing about this file or this feature is we can manipulate these cells. So for example, you want all of the quizzes to be together. You want them to be next to each other. You can just drag and drop you can move the columns together. Okay, so that's another, that's something you can do if you wish to manipulate the grades, the sheet itself, or you can have them be um, alphabetically arranged. So I want to alphabetically arrange the students, so I just sort them A to Z. I just click the arrow in the uh, right side of the column here. So what I usually do is I arrange them according to what I see in the class record. So if the first student is, let's say, Agrava, okay, so she will be followed by Bantog, and then Bautista, and so on. So I can drag and drop the students, and all of the data that uh, that coincides with that row or with that column will go with it. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a blank column. I purposely left this blank for this example because this is an example of what the column will look like, the activities column will look like if you don't return the grades. So you really have to check and return the grades to make sure that you have the data in this document. So if you don't return the grades, the document will be blank. From here, let's say you're done manipulating the data. You're done manipulating the columns. It's all arranged to your liking. You can do a few things. You can download it as a PDF. You can download it as an Excel file. You can also download it as a CSV, which is another version of an another file that we can excuse me, that we can download in Excel. So if you're interested in doing this, you may do so as well. Again, it's a very good way for us to document our students' progress. It's a good way for us to be transparent, especially if the parents are asking us. And in addition to that, I know that we are going to be creating documentations for our subjects or for our excuse me, advisory classes on their grades. So it will deepen, or it will be another layer of documentation and evidence for us to justify the grades that our students are getting. So that is all. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this helps you for this school year. Thank you.